Is the hustle really worth it? A client of mine asked me this question. So when you started, was the hustle an important part of the business development? I'm starting out. I can hear conflicting advice. One part says you gotta hustle, you gotta work hard. In particular, at the beginning, you need to build that traction and build that momentum. And then you have the other side that says, take aligned actions and meditate and take things at your own pace. So where is the line? And that's my response to these clients. And when he asked me the question, I said, you know what? Let me explore this in a video because there are different components. It's not a black and white answer. And I can first of all say that I 100% believe that uh, everyone has their own journey. So whatever, everyone has a different personality, everyone has their own journey. What worked for me might not work for you, but I think that we can all learn from each other and test and find out what really works for us. My name is Simone Vincenzi. I'm the co-founder of GTEx, and we turn experts into authorities. We specialize in helping our clients get known, get paid, and make an impact by helping them building their communities, getting known by being visible, and also build a business model based on recurring revenues. So to answer this question, there are two parts, because at the beginning of GTEx, we've been running our business for the past 10 years. I've been in business for 12 years, and it has been for the first 8 years of my business journey, 9 years of my business journey, has been hustle, hustle, hustle. Work every single hour of the day, work 10, 12, 13, 14 hours a day, very little sleep. I was doing 200 events a year. I did an average of 1,000 events in a period of 5 years. And that was a big part of the growth of our business. It was the volume that we were putting in. And however, that also led me to frequently burn out. Like every 3 to 4 months, I was regularly burning out. I wasn't as effective that I could have been. I was really, really busy. So this is my view on this topic. I think that doing new things and testing new things and actually putting the work in is really important. It is crucial for any business. You need to test, you need to get out there, you need to get seen, you need to get known. There are uh, a lot of different strategies that you can develop, but and I think that at the beginning is important to do a bit of everything and to test everything. The reason why you don't know yourself, you don't know your business, you don't know what works for you, you don't know what's going to work for you and your business in your specific scenario. And so doing things and testing things out is what is going to allow you to have the data to understand, I need to do more of this and I need to do less of this. Because then you arrive to a point where now you're deciding to do less and less and focus more on what's really effective. But if you don't have the time and the space and the capacity to actually know what's going to be really effective, then you can do less and less and less. But then it's going to take you maybe, 10 years to find out what really works for your business and for you. While if you have more intensity at the beginning, then it's going to give you more data points faster. So in a hindsight, if I were to go back, knowing what I know now in terms of the business journey, this is what I would do. I would have different concept between sprints and marathons. So the sprint is a period of time when you do focus work, you're hustling, you're getting out there, you're getting a lot of result in a short period of time. And a lot of action. You make a lot of action, not results. You get a lot of action in a short period of time. But you can't do this consistently over the year. So you might have 3 or 4 times over a year where that is the time where you sprint. Is the time where you take and collect a lot of data points. Is the time where you take a lot of action. And maybe you do things that you have never done before. And then you have the remaining part of the year where you're actually listening more and evaluating. Because the more actions you take, the less time of reflection you have to listen to yourself. And business is a game of intuition and it's a game of action. They're both important, equally important. Because with the action, you get real feedback. But with the intuition, you actually have a sense of what is the next step for you and what is the right next step for you. And so this is what I would do. I would have at the beginning of the business periods of the year where I'm going to take more actions. And I'm still doing it now. I have periods of the year where I know this period I'm going to take more actions, I'm going to work a bit harder, I'm going to do more things. And then, but they are 3 or 4, they're not that many. And that's the sprint part. And then the rest I'm running it as a marathon where I'm slowing down, listening to myself, removing more and focusing on what really works and where my intuition goes, and maybe taking more care of myself instead of putting more effort in the business, because business is a marathon, right? It's a long-term game. If you just sprint all the time, and if you're an expert in your field, most of the time is yourself and a small team. At the beginning, it's just yourself, so you can't burn out consistently. So it's important to take action at the beginning, test new things, but do them at different times of the year, and then use the remaining part of the year to really integrate complete projects and slowing down and listening to yourself to only focus on the things that matter. Because consistent action is where the game is. So if you take action for 3 months because you're really working hard and you're putting everything you got and you're not sleeping, then you're not going to be effective. Right? Then you're going to have a period where you can't take any action because now you're burnt out. Well, if you take less actions on a consistent basis in a more balanced way, then it's going to have you be more effective in your business, and also more give you longevity. There is one more thing that I want to also mention, is that there is this myth that if you want to put something and to get something off the ground, then you need to sacrifice every single area of your life. You need to sacrifice your fun. You need to sacrifice their personal relationships. And if that's resonated with you, if there is a period of your life where actually you say, this is what I feel like doing, it's okay. But at the same time, I remember that one of the biggest mistakes that I think I did, it was that I neglected for too long myself and my other interests outside business. So outside my business world, I had nothing else. I didn't play any sport. I was barely working out. I was barely taking care of myself. I was not spending time with family, not spending time with friends. And yes, we grew our business faster, but then at what cost? And right now, I'm actually spending more time with my friends, more time with my family, more time doing other things that I love, and that energy translates into the business world. Because also business is a relationship game. Right? Business, it is a relationship game. If you put yourself in a situation where you're meeting other people or you are doing other external activities that are not business related, you might meet some of the best people that will move you forward in your business, because you're meeting them not in a business context, but in a personal context. If you spend time with your family, you know that you have a family that they can support if you have good relationships with them, for example, and if you have a family. If you spend time with your friends, you know that if there is a moment where you need them, they're going to be there for you. And those activities, they don't take a lot of time, most of the time. As long as you have pockets of your week that you dedicate to your friends, to your family, and to yourself, you'll find that those pockets, they are gold, and they will pay dividends years and years and years to come. But if you neglect them completely, like I did, and you spend no time with your friends, no time in your relationships, no time with your family, then those relationships are going to crack, and it's going to be way more difficult to rebuild them in the future. So here's my piece of advice. You have your moments of sprint, and you have the majority of your marathon, and then you identify during the week what are the most important things for you. For me, I know I want to spend time with my wife, I want to spend time playing basketball, I want to spend time with my family. These are the other three things: wife, basketball, family, and travel. I love traveling, but most of the time I travel with my wife, so then becomes the time together. So we combine those things. So I will always make time to travel. I will always make time for my family. I will also make time for my wife and basketball. And in that case, because I always make these pockets of time every single week, then I have a more balanced way of running my business and having my life. And of course, this time fluctuates. There are going to be moments where I'm where I'm busier in my business, and I'm taking less time for my family and for traveling. However, it is the one-off. It is not the rule. It is the exception. And that's what makes the longevity of your business and also your enjoyment of life. Because you don't want to work yourself to the ground where all you have is business and you have nothing else after that. Now, if that was makes you happy and complete and whole, that's fine. Like, you will find that your relationship to your business will change and fluctuate over the time. So it's important to listen to yourself, see what is that you really need, but don't neglect other things outside business that are really important for you. So this is my spiel on, do you need to hustle to get things off the ground? Do you need to neglect everything else? Or do you need to go things slower? Everyone is different. You will find your way. I found mine. I cannot wait to hear from you, and also let me know what are your thoughts under this video. Until next time, remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao.